Welcome back to Garlina Learns. Thanks for following along with me as I'm learning how to code. This is My Coding Notes edition number 7. So I'm still working my way through the responsive web design certification course that's offered by FreeCodeCamp.org. And each of my points that I go over, each of the new skills that I've learned, I'll have a link in the description so that you can follow along with me if you want. These notes are still going over the applied visual design lessons within the responsive web design. So 3 new skills that I learned is I've learned how to make a CSS heartbeat. I've also learned how to do variable rates animation and variable rates with multiple elements. And I'll go over what each one of those are. So making a CSS heartbeat. I thought this was a fun skill to learn, and what you do in this one, the animation is just making, just like it says, the heartbeat and the background flash. And so I made a previous video on how to make the heart shape, and that was and also going over the infinite, using the infinite keyword. So this code right here is just combining a bunch of the previous stuff that you already learned and making this animation. So to get the background to flash, this is the code example. Back right here, this class stands for the background. And you would add the animation iteration count if infinite, and I know it says heartbeat going here, but it's actually for the background, to keep the background going. And this code right here, this is for the heart, and this will keep the heartbeat going, and you would add the animation iteration count here. And the rest are just my notes about what each of these break down and stand for. So these are instructions for the background and instructions for the heartbeat. Okay, so let's learn how to make this heartbeat. Alright, so here is the heart, and it's not beating right now. Neither is the background's not moving. So what we're going to do is plug in the animation iteration count to both the background and the heart so they can beat. So what I'm going to do is type it right here below the duration. Animation iteration count, infinite. Make sure I spell this correctly. Okay, so the background is flashing, and for time purposes I'll just copy this and paste it for the heart, and now they're both flashing. Okay, let's run the test. To infinity and beyond. Alright, let's go on to the next one. So the next one on my notes is how to do variable rates animation and what that is. So what it is, it's in the problem that you'll learn is you'll learn how to, so here's an image, and this is supposed to be these are stars and a skyline. So you're gonna make these stars twinkle, and by doing that, how you would do that is within the at keyframes, you're going to change the movie speeds. So in this example, it's 20 and 60 are the speeds, and it would look like this. So here's, this one's going at 20%, and then this one's going at 60%. And so here's the at keyframes part that I was talking about, and here's where you would change the numbers. So 20% here, 60%, and you just change the frame rates. And then I broke down the code here so you could read through and kind of get, I like to break it down so I can understand what each of these, like what everything means, each line means. Okay, I'm going to go through the problem they have on the site. All right, hello again. So here is the problem on the site. And what I was saying earlier is you're going to be changing the star rate, so, or the element rate, so that they can look, so it would look like they're twinkling. And in this problem, they want you to change the first star to 50%. So we'll go to the at keyframes, scroll down here, and it doesn't say star 1, but it's twinkle 1 here, and change that to 50%. Right now it's 20. All right, so now they're alternating. Run the test. The world rejoices. Okay, let's move on to the last one I want to cover today. So the last note I wanted to go over today is variable rates, using variable rates for multiple elements. And this is a different way to change the rate speeds. And right here is an example. So in the previous one, you changed the keyframes. So for this one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to make these stars twinkle, but you're just going to you're going to use the animation duration you'll change that, the speeds on that. So here is the stars twinkling. And for this one, you're going to go underneath each of the stars, and you'll change the duration time. And I broke down the code again so that I could understand what each line stands for. Okay, let's go to the site and see what that looks like. All right, so here is the site. So here you see each of them are blinking. So right now the site's set up and it has all 3 of the stars blinking. And so you want to change them so that they alternate. And another way to do that, instead of changing the keyframes, is they'll tell you to change the duration time. And so here's the duration for the first star. And the instructions are change it to 1 second, and it's already set up. So the second one is 0.9 seconds. So change that. And that changed. So now it's alternating. This is the second star. And then the third star should be 1.1 second. Okay, so now all 3 of them are alternating at different time intervals. Let's check it. All right, you're unstoppable. That's the last one. Well, thanks for watching another video of Garlina Learns and following along with me as I learn how to code.